Blessed be everybody and welcome to another episode of Witch Please. It is I, Odin the Seer, and today we are doing the 6th part to our Chakra Bath Bomb series, and that is the third eye. The third eye is to intuition. Seeing things clearer. Seeing past illusion. Viewing things at a higher resonance, a higher level. If you don't have a balanced third eye, you're going to be childish, narrow-minded, and your view is very stubborn, right? You may not understand why the divine is here. You may not even care. There's really nothing to this world that's pointless anyways. When dealing with people who have imbalanced third eye chakras, really that's the hardest one for me, to be honest with you, because of the fact that sometimes you just can't get through to them. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much sense you make, they still don't want to hear what you have to say because it's their way, no way, or no way. That's just the way it is for them, right? So when I am working with someone who has an imbalance or even closed third eye chakra, what I have a tendency to do is do some energy work on it first. I will use the bath bombs to start opening the third eye. I will do Reiki. I will do any kind of forms of healing, stone therapy, color therapy, all of those things, just to start opening that up so that the mind will start to open up and they will start seeing things clearly, and then we can get to the fundamental problems that are going on within their world. So, having said that, the third eye chakra, if you're a stubborn person, if you have a hard time seeing things from a different perspective, whatnot, and it's something that's bothering you, now let me tell you first and foremost, if you know this about yourself and you're trying to fix it, you're already on a good path. So this will only assist you in that. But if you know somebody, or if your partner or family member is that type of person who's very, very stubborn, and you can see them, heading down a path that could potentially be painful for them, I recommend maybe making these, giving them to them as a gift to start opening that third eye chakra and allowing them to be able to start seeing, allowing their intuition to come back, allowing them to feel more rather than being shut off and disconnected from everything. All right, so having said that, what are you going to need? Well, you're going to need all the same things that you had for the last one. So that is bicarbonate of soda, which is also known as baking soda, corn flour, also known as corn starch, citric acid, castor oil, bowls and utensils to be able to mix these ingredients in, red and blue food coloring to make a purplish hue, and I have marjoram, thyme, clary sage, eyebright, and amethyst. I like to use amethyst for the third eye because I prefer to use quartz crystal for the crown. So as always, we are going to mix our dry ingredients together first. So we are going to use 1/2 cup of corn flour, 1/2 cup of citric acid. All right, so as always, we are going to add in 1/4 cup of corn flour, 1/4 cup of Epsom salt, 1/2 cup of baking soda, and 1/2 cup of citric acid. Let's get to work on the wet ingredients now. First, as always, we are going to use our 3 tablespoons of castor oil. Now we're going to add our clary sage. Now, I use clary sage because it's just a great purificatory incense oil. It cleanses, it removes, it clears. So we want to be clear in our thought process, okay? We want to remove all illusions. We want to be able to see things clearly. We want to be able to understand things on a deeper level. And we are going to be using 13 drops of this oil. Now, thyme is another great foundational herb. When you're working with the third eye chakra, what ends up happening is sometimes you can go out there into the atmosphere. Right? You can see things on such a different level, on a with such a different perspective, that you may lose touch with reality at times. So I want to use this time to also ground you a little bit, to still keep you present in your body, because some people do have a tendency to want to work in the higher realms and not pay as much attention as they should be to the lower realms of existence, but we always have to take into consideration that everything needs to be balanced. And we're going to be using 7 drops of this. Marjoram is great for happiness and peace. It's good for money. It's sacred to the goddess Aphrodite, so it's a very powerful, it's also very loving as well. And I like to add the marjoram to this just because I want to be able to bring in the loving, connective aspect, seeing things again through different eyes. People have a tendency to kind of go overboard, right? And you know, so sometimes that emotion when they're like, oh, I'm hurt, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other, will cloud the better judgment. Okay, so I wanted to be able to use this to help not cloud the better judgment. It only will emphasize the clearing of the mind, the clearing of the illusions, and allow you to overcome some of those bleeps where emotions take over your better senses. And we will be adding in 7 of this. Okay, so let's just mix this together and feel our way through. Do we like this scent? And it is perfect as always. Okay, so now we are going to start mixing our colors, y'all. Now, it is indigo, but I like to use the purple because indigo is really kind of hard to get the color right. So I will use purple for this, and I will use just plain clear, no colors added, for my crown chakra. All right, so we're gonna go in drop for drop and mix. All right, so as I said, this is a hard color to get right. So go with what feels right. If it is purple, if it's brownish, it's fine, y'all. Don't worry about it. Just go with what feels right to you, okay? People get so caught up in trying to get everything perfect, you know, they become almost stubborn. Make it easy on yourself, boo. Go with what feels naturally, what your intuition tells you. All right, so let's mix our dry and our wet ingredients. All right, now remember, don't just pour all your oil in there, y'all. You want to go slowly so that it doesn't foam too much, and you can keep the foaming to a minimum. And there you have it, and look at that, the perfect color. Love it, see? Intuition. Okay, so let's take our eyebright now. So eyebright has long been associated with intuition, psychic ability, seeing things clearly, different perspectives. So we want to add this in here to get that psychic ability and clear perspective up. So I am just going to pray over this, mix it together, and we are going to start forming our balls. All right, so now we are going to get our stones because we will be adding those amethyst pieces into our finished bath bombs. Now, I may have forgot to mention earlier, but I do feel it's important for me to state this to you. This is the only chakra that moves on the globe. So currently I believe that it is in Great Britain, close to Stonehenge. So you have the heart chakra as well as the third eye chakra very close in proximity. Within the next 150 years to 200 years, it should be moving into Brazil. All right, so let's form our balls, y'all. Okay, so we've got our molds here, and we're just going to stuff our chakra stone in there. There you go. And we're going to grab the base part to this, and we are going to form them. there you have it. Alright, so I'm going to finish the rest of these up and I'll be right back with you. This is a wonderful bath bomb for intuition and psychic ability. And there you have it, y'all. That is our episode for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you have not subscribed, boo-boo, you need to press subscribe and join us. Do not miss out on a thing. You can follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, as well as Facebook. You can always leave a comment below or send me a personal email at witchpleaseofficial@gmail.com. I said it before, boo-boos, and I will say it again. It is a pleasure to have you in my world. It is an honor to have you in my magic, and you are always in my heart. And I will see you again on another episode of Witch Please. I love you, boo-boos. Bye-bye.